Alright guys, here's kind of part 2 of my introduction to the Biograph activity, and I'm going to walk you through the simulation that you're going to use. So the lab sheet that you have talks to you about all the different things you will see in the simulation. You of course will see a piece of DNA from a prokaryote. You will see a repressor protein, an RNA polymerase, a ribosome that looks like a castle, an mRNA strand, cleverly appearing as the letters mRNA, a lactase enzyme, a lactose molecule, lactose with repressor, and simple sugars. Just a quick reminder, lactose is a disaccharide, meaning it's two monosaccharides bonded together via dehydration synthesis, and when it gets broken down by lactase, it becomes one glucose molecule, one galactose molecule, both simple sugars with the formula C6H12O6. Okay, so on the LMS and in the Google Drive folder, there is a link for this simulation, which will look like this. So this Star Logo Nova program was created by students at MIT, and it's pretty simple block coding, and you could potentially, if you were interested, sign up for this program, and there's lots of cool ways that you could interact with the code if you are in fact interested with the code. So let's see if the code will load, and then you could see that. But if you are not interested with the code, you can definitely just kind of bypass that and work on the biology, which is what we are attempting to pull out of this. We're almost there. All right. So then you could scroll down and you could see all this code, and it's block coding, meaning that you just kind of drag and drop these pre-made blocks of code to affect how the simulation runs. And there's way simpler things. So this is kind of a cool tool, Star Logo Nova, if you want to get an introduction to coding. Because like I said, it's pretty much drag and drop. You could do a lot of pretty easy trial and error to see what the code you create does. Okay, but for our simulation, we're not going to be working too much with the code. We're going to be working more with the presets that MIT has built for us. So it's pretty straightforward. Most of the controls to manipulate the code are over here, but the first thing you do need to do before you can make any changes to your screen is hit Run Code up here in the top. Okay, once you click on that, then you can make changes to this screen. All right, so if we just walk through the first part of the procedure, right? Open up the gene regulation simulation, click Run Code, like I did. Click on Set Up Gene with Repressor. All right, that I can do. Set up gene with repressor. There we go. Here's our gene. And we saw in the lab packet that the triangle means the repressor. And take a look where your repressor is sitting. Right on the operator, right? Purple is promoter, green is operator, red is coding region. All right. And then it says click run for 40. So that means my simulation is going to run for 40 seconds. And I'm going to see what happens. Okay. Oop, I'm sorry guys. I'm going to stop my simulation quickly. I forgot to add RNA polymerase. So I'm going to add RNA polymerase. Okay, now I see my RNA polymerase. Now I'm going to run for 40. Let's keep our eyes on RNA polymerase. Here it goes. Oop. It hit my repressor and fell off before it hit the coding region. Okay. Let's see if another RNA polymerase finds my... Oop, there we go. Found my promoter. Boom. Hit my repressor and fell off. Oh, here goes another guy attempting. Not going to happen. All right. So what's interesting about this simulation is it shows you how random everything really is, right? RNA polymerase is not on a path to the promoter. It's moving around random molecular motion, and if it finds the promoter, by happenstance, it lands and starts to move forward. But then when the repressor is there, it falls off. Okay? So you're going to run the gene in the turned off state, then you're going to remove the repressor and run it in the turned on state, observing several of the things that happen. Okay, and then you're going to see how the environment might affect if the genes are turned on or off in part 3, and then comes your analysis questions. Okay, when it says sketch the resulting graph in your notebook in certain places, I don't expect you to be able to do that on your Google document, but you do want to make a note of what the graph looks like because it's going to be useful for the analysis questions. What you can do in your Google document are these steps that have you recording your observations. Record what happens to a repressor molecule when the lactose comes in contact with it. Okay? Observe what is happening and record in your notebook. Same thing here. Observe what is happening and record in your notebook. So these things you need to be adding to your Google document after you answer your pre-lab questions. Okay, so I think the instructions are pretty straightforward. Now that you helped me catch the fact that I don't have add RNA polymerase in the step, I am going to add that before I post this online. Again, I'll be on Zoom at 1 o'clock. If you have any questions, enjoy.